Hello, today I'll be showing how to factor and graph polynomials. Alright, so starting with this, we need to factor this. Alright, and so I look at the last number. What two numbers multiply to 3? 1 and 3, of course. And this is really convenient because as you can see, 1 plus 3 equals 4. That's how you get the middle number, adding these two. Alright, and to get the last number, you need to multiply these two. So this gives us our x-intercepts. Alright, now we actually need to flip these signs to get our x-intercepts. Alright, because you're setting it equal to 0. So yeah, so x plus 1 over here. X plus 1 equals 0. Minus, boom, x equals -1. That's how it works. But you can just flip the signs to make it a little quicker. All right, so these are your x-intercepts right there. Now we need to find our y-intercept. And in order to do that, you just need to plug in 0. Over here, plug in 0 for x. So now you just got 3 times 1, which is 3. So that's your y-intercept. All right, and this is what it looks like on a graph. It's a parabola. All right, and you can find other points on the parabola by plugging in different numbers into the x's. You know, if I wanted to find what 1 equals to, I would just plug in 1. You know, so that's how you do that. All right, moving on. We have equation. This is it factored out. And now we just need to find our x-intercepts. So this would be 3, this would be -2, and this would be 1. All right, and this would not create a parabola. All right, this would actually create a much different shape, which I will pull up in just a second. And y-intercept is the y-intercept is 6. All right, and then you just put that on your graph. All right, that's your x-intercepts, that's your y-intercept, and this is what it would look like. All right, this is all of your intercepts, your x-intercepts. All right, and it creates this line right there. All right, now the last one to factor. All right, this is a little bit different, mostly because of this 2 right here, which I'll show you what that does. All right, so then over here you would have -2, and you'd have -3. So these are your x-intercepts, but this is your x-intercepts, right? So now this, all right, on the graph, it actually means it touches 1, or -1, which here, it'll be better if I show it. You know, this is what it looks like. All right, that this square root of this shows this. All right, it actually touches it. It doesn't go all the way through. It just touches it. It just touches this point, -1, which is one of your x-axis or x-intercepts. All right, and then it goes back up, and then boom, you hit another x-intercept, your 2, which is right there, and then it goes back. It goes down, and then it goes back up again, crossing through the x-axis one more time at 3. And that is how you graph polynomials. All right, just finding your x-intercepts. All right, and finding, you know, how do they go through the graph? You know, how do they interact with the axes, and yeah. So that's about it. That's how you graph. All right.